Okay, with the Marvels just being released in theaters, I thought it was very fitting to do an updated Marvel tier list. I haven't done one of these in probably a year or two, and there's been so many projects with the shows and the movies coming out that I think it's very fitting to do a tier list. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm actually very excited for this because I don't even know my list right now. So, yeah, we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna try my best to do these in order. So, alright, so we start, so the top is superior, then it's very good, decent film, mid, probably not going to rewatch this, and unmake this. So those are our tiers, and I think we should start from the first movie all the way to the last. And, let's just get into it. So the first film is Iron Man, the movie to start it all. I think I might get hate for this, honestly. I'm gonna put it in very good and not even though it did start the MCU. As a movie wise, it is very good still, but I wouldn't say it's superior. I'm gonna put this film in superior, or not superior. Very good. Then I think we will have the second Iron Man, wherever that is. That is right here. Alright, so we got the second Iron Man. I'm gonna put this in. I'm probably not gonna rewatch this, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Whiplash wasn't really a good villain at all, and Justin Hammer, he's not even around anymore. Like, I forgot most of the stuff to happen in this film. It's not the worst film, they introduced Black Widow, but, it's just not for me. Then we have Incredible Hulk, which I'm not gonna put it in I'm gonna put it in probably not gonna rewatch. No, unmake. I'm gonna put it in unmake this. I don't really like this film, and it's pretty unforgettable for me. Also, like, the actors changed anyway, so might as well. Abomination, though, I will say, is much better than the one we got now. Honestly, just for that, I'm gonna put in probably watch this. The Abomination isn't trash like in She-Hulk. Next film, I believe we have Captain America, the first Avenger. And I thought, I'm not going to put it very good, I'm going to put it in decent. I actually really do like this film. I like this film. Red Skull he's not the greatest villain of all time, but he's still a decent villain. And, yeah. I'm gonna put it in decent film. It's not a bad film at all, but it's definitely not the best. And it's a decent film. I like it. Also, when Bucky died, that was sad. Next, we got Thor. So I think all I gotta do is look, because I put these in order for when, there we go, found it. Alright, they're in alphabetical order. Alright, so now we got Thor. I'm gonna put it in mid. I'll be honest, it's a pretty boring film. Loki is probably the highlight in every Thor film for me, and he's the highlight in this film. But I'm gonna put it in I'll put it in mid. It's just, I don't know, it just wasn't it for me. I didn't like it that much. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not like it. Next, okay, I think we got all the OGs out of the way for Phase 1. Then we got the end of Phase 1, the Avengers. You know I'm gonna put the Avengers. Has to be in superior. This film was every kids and comic book fans dream. This film was that, and it had the right balance of comedy, perfect amount of action, and just everything about the Hulk was also good in this. It wasn't, because the Incredible Hulk, the Hulk in that was pretty good. He was, savage. and he wasn't that off in this, until we get more towards Endgame, and after that, where he's Professor Hulk. So the Hulk in this one is pretty good, and it's just this movie is like one of the best Marvel movies or MCU movies. So 100%. Next, the film to start off the next phase, I believe, is Iron Man 3, if I'm not mistaken. If not, just tell me. Iron Man 3, I'm gonna put in mid. I would watch Captain America over this anyways. Also, all this might change if I change my mind, who knows. But Iron Man 3 right now is in mid. I don't know. They didn't do anything with Harley, or I think that's the name, Harley, right? They didn't do anything with him. He showed up at the funeral in Endgame, and we haven't seen him ever since. The villain in this wasn't that good, I'll be honest with you guys. And I don't know. I'll put in decent. I might move it down. Who knows? Depends how I'm feeling. Then we got Winter Soldier. This film, I'm gonna put up here in superior. This film was a tone shift in the MCU because, a lot of stuff hasn't been really like grounded, because we have gods and we have Iron Man, who flies around in a suit. We got Hulk. This one was amazing. Because I didn't read the comic books, I didn't know who Winter Soldier was, and having that revealed to me was very, very good. Black Widow was also a good addition. Hydra coming back and taking over S.H.I.E.L.D. was amazing. Pierce was pretty good in this. I think we got a Doctor Strange, not a cameo, but his name was mentioned, which was pretty cool. And then I think the end credit scene was for this one was Wanda and Peter, which is pretty cool. But overall, this film, just the tone, action, everything is just perfect. So I'll put it in superior. Next, I'm just gonna go off. I don't know like what I'm doing right now, but I think Ant-Man's next. I'm gonna put it in decent. I'd watch it above those two. So yeah, Ant-Man. A lot of people don't like the Ant-Man franchise, and I get it. I understand why. But the first Ant-Man is still my favorite Ant-Man movie. That movie's so damn funny. Like, it has a perfect balance of comedy and seriousness. Yellowjacket was pretty badass for the time he was given. And yeah, we got introduced to like a whole new part of the Marvel Universe, which is really cool. The story for this was actually pretty good as well. I really like Ant-Man. Ant-Man is one of my favorite Marvel characters, so. Then I think Thor wasn't in this one. Thor was in 3. I think next, Age of Ultron. Oh, Guardians. I forgot about Guardians. You already know where I'm gonna put Guardians. Bro. Guardians has to be at 1. This is number 3 though. Where's Guardians, bro? Oh, found it. I'm stupid. Sorry, guys. Guardians is here. I'm gonna put Guardians. Yeah, I'm gonna put Guardians as superior. 100%. That film was the first, I guess, family film. And it was cool seeing all these people who, hadn't really known each other get put together. The prison scene were pretty, like, amazing. The end scene where all of them, like, work together to get the Power Stone. The villain, the villain was ass. I'll be honest with you guys. The villain was not good. But there was so much in this film that was like the comedy. Also in the Guardians movies are unmatched. Like, I remember when this film came out, it was so peak. It was so perfect. But yeah, the Guardians 1 it was so good. I think Age of Ultron is next. And I'm not going to put it here. Or here. I'm putting decent. And I'd probably watch it above this and this. And here's the thing. I don't think it's as bad as a movie as people say. But I'm not going to say it's one of the best movies. Or even top 10 of the MCU. Maybe not even top 15. I don't know. But the thing is, they kind of messed up Ultron a little bit. He was very menacing and cool in the film, but Ultron, he's known to come back and stuff, and it was kind of stupid. They killed Quicksilver off, which I was really upset about. And I like the inner conflict within the team, and they introduced Vision as well, which is really cool. Yeah, it's just a decent movie. I mean, it's nothing special. It's nothing trash. It's just there. Now we get into Phase 3, I believe, and this is where things. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get everything in order. I'm just gonna give you all my Phase 3 films, and the first one I see is Doctor Strange. And I think Doctor Strange is a decent film. I'd probably put it above Iron Man and under Cap. It's a decent film. I actually like, because it's very different than all the other Marvel movies, because we get to go through 2 different dimensions. It's like, because the first sequence of the movie is Ancient One, and like the whole reality and the whole world is getting turned around and stuff, and it was very trippy and different than what we got in like Iron Man, Captain America, Ant-Man. Yeah, it's just very different. The villain was not really good. They kind of did Dormammu dirty, which is why it's not up here at all. And yeah, it's just a decent film. I really liked it. Next in Phase 3 I see is Black Panther. I'm gonna put Black Panther in I'll put it in very good. I'll put it in very good because Killmonger is one of the best MCU villains, and we see, because this is the Black Panther post Civil War, and we see him deal with his father's death, and the action is amazing in this. We get introduced to his sister and Wakanda and everything, and it was just perfect. The whole film was really good, so I really like this film. I think it's a very good film. Next in this phase, I'm not sure what's next, by the way. Guardians 2. I'm gonna put it in. It's not mid. I'll put it in mid. I don't want too many films not decent. The 2 Guardian movies, 1 and 3, are way better than the second one. The second one isn't bad. It's just like the villain. I didn't like the villain. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain how it's mid. It just wasn't as good as Guardians 1 and Guardians 3. I still liked. I'm putting it above Thor. Any day of the week, I'm putting it above Thor. I might move it up to decent, but I don't know, because then I probably have to move one down. Let's swap these 2. Yeah, let's do that, and then boom. Alright, that's the new list. Yeah, Guardians 2 isn't as bad as people say it is, but I don't think it's mid. I think it's pretty decent. And yeah, and we got Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think the first Ant-Man's better. I'm gonna put this one in mid because it's just Ant-Man and the Wasp was kind of all over the place because it was like a battle for. It was like battle of businesses. We had Ghost and how can I remember? Whatever. We had Ghost and the other guy, and then we had Sonny. They were all going. I think this is the movie they should have introduced MODOK earlier instead of Quantumania and have him be the main villain of this. I think it would have been. They could have made this very good, but it was the comedy. The comedy was very good in this. I'm not gonna lie, but comedy isn't what makes a superhero film. It adds to it if it is done right, but yeah. Ooh, and then we got Civil War, baby. Civil War was a really good film. Civil War was a really good film. They introduced Black Panther. They introduced Spider-Man. They brought Ant-Man to the Avengers. And the whole film of how they were fighting and the conflict was just perfect. Even at the end when Iron Man confronts Bucky and they're fighting. And then Bucky and Cap jump Iron Man for wanting revenge for him killing his parents. That's kind of fucked up. But, other than that, I thought it was very good. And Spider-Man felt really Spider-Man in this. And I'm going to get into a controversial opinion when I get into the Spider-Man films. But, yeah, Civil War, very good movie. Very good. Captain Marvel. Should I put it here? Should I put in Unmake This? I don't know if I should. This movie was not interesting at all to me. No, I'm gonna put it here. This movie was not interesting at all to me. I'll be honest with you guys. Yeah. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like this movie at all. I think it's worse than these two. And it just wasn't interesting. The main villain was Ronan when he was younger. So a weaker version of the trash villain in Guardians. And then they also messed up the Supreme Intelligence and made her old lady for some reason. And it's just a bunch of stuff. She also had no personality in this whatsoever as well. So, yeah. Hopefully I don't get hit. I'm not gonna get hit for that. Everyone hates the movie. Next, we are gonna get into... Oh, how could I forget? This movie is so irrelevant, I forgot it existed. Thor: The Dark World. Get your ass in there, bro. I'd rather watch Captain Marvel than that shit any days. Loki is the only thing that's good in this movie. That's all I'm gonna say on this movie, though. That's all I'm gonna say. Homecoming. I'm gonna put Homecoming in. Very good. I really like Homecoming. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I like Tom Holland Spider-Man more than Tobey and Andrew. And I calm down. All I'm saying is that Tom Spider-Man feels more like Spider-Man than any of the others. Like, cause he has, all that teenager stuff to do with, like school, shit like that, his friends. I don't know, just a lot of shit because Andrew felt more gritty. Tobey's felt like he was an adult because, I don't know. I'm not saying the previous two are bad. They're still really good. I just prefer... He just feels more like Spider-Man, just a teenager. Like he fits the role of Peter Parker and Spider-Man more than the other two. Because I think Andrew's a good Spider-Man. But no, Andrew's a good Peter. And Tobey's a good Spider... Or the swapped. Tobey and Andrew aren't good Spider-Man and Peters. Like, one is better than the other. And I feel like Tom is both of them. So, that is why I'm going... this one. So next we got, I think Far From Home was not Phase 4. Wait, no, it's not. Far From Home is also Phase 3. Far From Home, decent film. I put it above this. Far From Home, it didn't feel like a lot like Spider-Man because Spider-Man is usually in New York, solving or fighting all that crime, whatever. Mysterio was also one of my favorite villains. I just wish they would have given him actual powers instead of have Stark Tech. And yeah, because the Stark Tech kind of ruined it a little bit, I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, I'm going to put Far From Home in there. Indecent. Then, let's see if we can find a film that is also in Phase 3. Ragnarok. Boom, right there. I'm going to put it right there. I'd probably watch Homecoming more than this and more than this. Ragnarok was the perfect balance between seriousness and action and comedy. The comedy made me laugh out loud multiple times. It's cool how they got Hulk back in this. We could introduce a Valkyrie. Hela was also a really damn good villain. And Loki, once again, this is where we start to see him turn good. And Loki was also a standout in this film. Loki, for me, favorite MCU character by far, especially after season 2 of the show. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok, very, very good film. I love it. A lot of people don't for some reason. I heard people compare to Love and Thunder. Like, shut up. Well, I don't know what you're talking. You can have your opinion, obviously, but what? Next, I'm seeing if there's anything else in Phase 3, which I don't think there is. I think everything else is after. Which I'm looking at now. I'm like, I did not realize that there was this much stuff after. But the final two Phase 3 movies, Endgame and Infinity War. And I'm gonna put Endgame here, or Infinity War here, and I'm gonna put Endgame right behind it, honestly. I'll be honest with you, I'll put Endgame right there. Because I find Infinity War better than Endgame, due to the story, and the fact that, this movie proves that heroes can lose. And we get all the heroes fighting different battles. We get one in space. We get one in Wakanda. We get one earlier. We get more character interactions in this, and the feel and the tone that this movie sets from the from the start with Thanos going to the ship, killing Loki, killing Heimdall, killing like half of the Asgardians. It really set the tone for what Thanos was, and it was amazing. Endgame was pretty damn good. You know, the end battle was really good. We get Ant-Man back and Hawkeye, and they time travel, and we got to see a bunch of heroes get closure, which was really good. And this movie is just like, it was a culmination of all of this, and it was very emotional, especially with the sacrifice of Black Widow and Iron Man. And this movie changed the MCU going forward, and it was amazing. So now we get into the worst phase. Not all bad movies though, but the worst phase. Is it the worst phase? I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the worst phase. It might be tied with 1, just because of how little films there were in 1. But alright, we do know the first project though, I believe. One of them was WandaVision and one was Loki. I'm gonna put WandaVision in what would I put it in? Decent? I'll put it in decent. It was very new. And I guess I could blame this on the Ralph Boner stuff. That pissed me off. And a bunch of people leaking stuff that didn't come out to be true, and it just kind of bummed me out for the rest of it. I rewatched it though, and it did boost up. I do like this. It was different. The whole sitcom aspect was actually really cool. So, and I don't know. I guess I kind of didn't like that her development in this didn't really pay off because of the Darkhold. It corrupted her, you know, and I don't know. It just kind of didn't pay off that much, but it is what it is. Then we got Loki. This is hard because it's one of the. I'm gonna put Loki in very good because that whole scene with Loki and Mobius talking at the beginning, they were sitting down and it was just very emotional, you know, because Mobius was questioning Loki's like existence, and Loki really thought about it, you know, and it turns out he's not a bad person. So I really loved it. The whole thing was amazing. And He Who Remains at the end with, you know, talking about Kang, it reminded me of the presence that they gave to Thanos when he arrived at the beginning of Infinity War. It felt like that. I want to be scared of someone like Kang, or someone like Doctor Doom in the future, Galactus. I want that, you know, that presence there, I want that tone there. And they gave me that, so hell yeah. Then we got Loki Season 2. I'm just going to say it right now. Superior. Everything they did with Season 2 was absolutely perfect, especially with the final episode, how he became the god of stories, and he created Yggdrasil and saved the multiverse. It was so damn good. Definitely check out my review. I'll leave it down below in the description. Definitely check out that because it's so damn good. I could talk about it for a long time, but we don't got time for that. So, next. Okay, I watched it last. This one I put here. We'll rearrange all these at the end. Then we got. I'm just gonna say this right now. She-Hulk, I'm sorry, She-Hulk fans. I could not watch. I watched the whole thing. The Daredevil episode was the best part of this, and it still can't make it out of unmake this. Like it was not good at all. Like the finale was the most trash thing I've ever witnessed in my life. That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah. Next, we got. I'm gonna say Black Widow. I would put in unmake this because of what they did to my boy Taskmaster, and that this wasn't really needed because Black Widow, we already seen her die in that game. I'm gonna put it in. Not gonna rewatch this just because they gave us Yelena. She's like a really good character. So, other than that, though, I put her in unmake this, but just because of Yelena, I'm gonna put her in rewatch this. Next, Quantumania. Okay, I'm gonna put it on make this because of what they did to Kang. They made Kang Ant-Man beat him. You know, like he's supposed to be unbeatable. You know, like, he's supposed to be that guy. And I don't know what they were thinking when they were doing this with Kang, but I don't know, dude. What I would have done is I would have made Ant-Man and Wasp stuck down in the quantum realm, and Cassie and Hank and Janet escaping, maybe someone dying even, like Hank. Them escaping, and Kang also escapes. And then Cassie goes towards the Avengers, and that's how, kind of the Young Avengers also form, and it just starts a movement. So they didn't do that though. So next, Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna put it here in decent films. It was good. Definitely not as good as Chadwick though. Namor was one of my favorite villains as well. It's kind of weird how Shuri forgave Namor after killing the Queen. Me personally, I wouldn't have that level of disrespect. So obviously, don't kill Namor, but lock him over some shit like that, or do something else. I'm not sure, but Ironheart, I thought I would hate her. I actually kind of liked her, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know when she's gonna return. Maybe as a Young Avenger. But we're gonna get into Young Avengers soon once we get to the Marvels. But right now, decent. Multiverse of Madness, mid. It wasn't a bad film. It wasn't a good film. It was just there with a name like Multiverse of Madness. It wasn't a lot of the multiverse at all. It was cool how we got Captain Marvel. It was cool how we got Black Bolt and Mission Fantastic and Peggy Carter. It was cool. And it was cool how, all of them died to Wanda, and it really showed how powerful she was. But then she died to a damn rock. Or I don't think she died, but in the movie she died to a rock, which kind of upset me. And America Chavez was actually very good in this film. I loved Wong in this film. Strange was really good. The line where he says "I love you in every universe," that I kind of got emotional. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good line. But other than that, I mean, the progression Wanda got from WandaVision kind of got fucked up in this film, which kind of pissed me off. But next, Eternals. Eternals is also a mid movie. It's not good. It's not bad. I thought it was a cool plot twist that Icarus killed Ajax, and yeah, it was a nice little plot twist. Gilgamesh also died. Rest in peace. It was cool how there was inner conflict with Athena. We got Sprite. Inner conflict within herself that she likes Icarus, but she can't be with him due to her looking like an absolute kid. But yeah, and then we got Druig, also favorite character by the way. You got Black Knight post-credit scene that once again hasn't paid off yet, but yeah, this movie wasn't good. This movie wasn't bad. It was just there. Falcon the Winter Soldier, decent. I'll put it here. I'm gonna get hate for this. I found it very, very decent, and Falcon, it shows that he is the man to hold the shield. And I know people put it down because of the villain. But if you think about it like that, Ronan was a horrible villain, and I put in a lot of people have Guardians and Superior, so you can't really say that. Carly Morgenthau though was so bad, such a bad character. She pissed me off so much. Yeah, Sharon Carter as an ally until we found out that she's actually a villain. So that's pretty trash, but it's whatever. The action in this scene and the dynamic or the relationship between Sam and Bucky was amazing, and Bucky having make amends with everyone and having that inner conflict with himself that Cap was wrong about him if he was wrong about Sam, and then at the end Bucky's like you do deserve the shield. And the suit for Sam, by the way, is perfect. It's so good, so that's why it is there. Holiday special, it's very good. The holiday special is very good. The holiday special is very good. Again, Mantis and Drax are sad that it's Christmas and Peter doesn't really have anyone or whatever, and then they kidnap Kevin Bacon from Earth and bring him to nowhere, which I thought was very funny. It was like 40 minutes long. It was very good though. I thought it was very good. World by Night, superior. It was so good. We got Man-Thing. That was World by Night. We got Elsa Bloodstone. That it was so cool because it was in black and white as well, and just everything about that was so good. Like, it was so good. Guardians 3. I'll put it right under Guardians 1. Guardians 1 is still superior, but Guardians 3 is a close second. It is so damn good. It is amazing, bro. I was scared because, well, I wasn't scared. I had so much faith in James Gunn because he made Guardians 1, 2's a little bit iffy, but it's still really good, or still pretty good, decent film. Guardians 1, 2, now 3. He made Peacemaker, which I think is one of the best DC shows, and then Suicide Squad 2, which I think is one of the best DC movies. So he doesn't miss, and now he's taking over the DCU and Superman Legacy. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, Guardians 3 made me cry in this film a lot, and the action, that one shot was amazing that they did with the camera. The villain, I never hated a villain more. Not that because he was bad, but because he was pure, like, evil and cruel. So that's such a good film, bro. Hawkeye. Hawkeye's going in decent, you know. Hawkeye is my comfort show, and it introduced Kate Bishop, introduced Kingpin, and it may have ruined him a little bit, but he's gonna come back in Echo, and I hope and Daredevil, and I hope he's, you know, the same bad guy. And, you know, like Mob Boss, or whatever you want to call him. But Hawkeye, I thought was pretty good. They brought Yelena back, and dude, I don't know, because this show, I felt like a certain way. I felt really good. I loved Hawkeye. It was very nice to watch. It was very nice. And then, okay, unmake I Am Groot. We don't need this shit. They made a season 2. Why? That's what I'm gonna say. Moon Knight. I'm gonna put Moon Knight. Hear me out. Very good. Moon Knight was so damn good. The action was amazing. Okay, the suit's like one of my favorite suits in the MCU, or in any superhero project. One of my favorite suits. The whole multiple personalities and how they execute it with Mark Spector and Steven is so damn good. It's so emotional too when you find, and the episode 5, I think, right, is when he learns everything. I cried in that episode because, you know, Steven finds out his mom. They find out that the reason that he has multiple personalities is because he was abused, and Mark created Steven, you know, another personality to take that abuse, so Mark forgot about it. And it's so heartbreaking because Steven thought, you know, his mom was always there for him, and his mom was like the nicest human being, but then they find that out, and it's just like, bro, it's so hard. But I'm like getting chills talking about it. It's so good. The villain was also really good. I love the villain. The finale, we finally see Jake Lockley kind of, you know, kill everyone around him. No one knows like what happened. And I'm like, bro, season 2 is gonna be fire. I think there's a rumor they're gonna bring in Werewolf by Night in that, which is gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, all right, okay. Miss Marvel. Mid. Miss Marvel's not bad, but it's not anything good. The jokes in this made me kind of want to leave planet Earth forever. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. The suit's very good. I loved her suit. Miss Marvel as a character, I actually really love, and I love her more in Marvels as well. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this. The villain, worst villain I've ever seen in my damn life. The villain's so bad. But yeah, mid. Secret Invasion. Unmake this piece of shit, please. Unmake this piece of shit right now, bro. It's so bad. Like, I'm not even making this up. It's so damn bad. Like, it's not even funny at this point. It's so bad. Like, Secret Invasion is supposed to be an awesome story of, you know, the Skrulls coming to Earth, imitating heroes and shit. It's just all at war. But they made it a 6-episode series that fucking sucks. They made Gaia the strongest character in the MCU, and they're probably gonna have lazy writing to, you know, explain to everyone why she can't help out in every situation in every MCU movie coming out. So, Yeah, ass. Alright, then we got Shang-Chi. Very good. Very good. The action was amazing. The comedy was pretty decent. And I love I think her name's Katie. She was a really good addition to this. We got the 10 rings, the official 10 rings this time. And the end battle, I know people didn't like the big CGI battle, but I thought it looked very cool. It was awesome how he used the 10 rings. And yeah, maybe they should have had it more hand-to-hand combat in the final battle, but I think it was amazing. So, Love and Thunder. I'll make this. I'll be honest. They ruined Thor's character a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. They kind of ruined Thor's character in this. I'll put in not gonna rewatch this just because of I really like Jane in this. I like the relationship. That's really all I'm putting it here for. I'll be honest with you guys. That's the only reason I'm doing this. There's nothing. The CGI was actually atrocious. Gore was also the highlight of this film. I really like Gore. He was menacing throughout the whole movie, and yeah, that's really all. There's nothing good about this film except the stuff I just named. So, yep. What If? I'm putting mid. It was pretty cool seeing all those stories. My favorite was definitely the Dark Doctor Strange one, and then the Infinity Ultron one was so sick though. The Infinity Ultron was sick. But yeah, nothing really special about this. Nothing trash about this or anything. It's just mid. No Way Home, right in the middle. This film, Spider-Man, finally became, well, Spider-Man. He sacrificed everything, and he proved to everyone that he is no Iron Boy Jr. anymore, and he's not a little kid. He, made that big decision to have everyone forget about him. And unlike all the Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man chose to help these bad guys, or the villains. Just like Miles, I relate them to the Miles in Across the Spider-Verse and Tom Holland Spider-Man. I relate them because that's what Spider-Man is supposed to be. And this film having the other Spider-Man as well, and the Sinister Five, or the Frightful Five, or whatever you want to call them, they were really good in this. Lizard and Sandman, they didn't actually bring back, I think, right? The actors didn't bring them back. They just had videos and stuff for them from other movies and stuff. That they didn't actually bring it back, which kind of sucked. But I think it was during COVID, so understandable. But the dynamic between the 3 Spider-Man was so damn good. The uncut version where they're talking before the fight for 5 minutes, I watched that. So good. But yeah, this movie also made me cry because Aunt May died. And then everyone forgot Spider-Man, and it made me really upset and cried. So, also the final suit is so damn good. The Marvels. Okay, here we go. The Marvels is going to be right there. Hear me out. I thought this film was, gonna have all the cringy dialogue and trash action, and a bad story and a bad villain, and it does have a bad villain. The story is a bit rushed, but the story's not bad at all, actually. The comedy actually stuck a lot. I actually laughed out loud. And, what was I gonna say? There was no cringy dialogue, so I don't know. Captain Marvel, Carol actually has personality in this one, and they made her humanized, and I loved it. Kamala Khan is actually, the standout. She's the heart and soul of this movie. I fucking love her, dude. She's one of my favorite, Marvel characters now. She's so sick. Monica, I also really love. I'm glad I got more of her. And actually as a hero this time, too, which is sick. And, yeah, this movie was actually really good. I probably rated a 7.5 out of 10. It's really good. I was pleasantly surprised with this film. We also got the end credit scene with the X-Men and Beast. We also have Kamala forming the Young Avengers, recruiting Kate Bishop. She wants to recruit Cassie. We also have Ironheart, Patriot potentially, and Brave New World. Maybe Iron Lad, they bring him in. Hulkling, Wiccan, Speed. We have so many options, and I can't wait for it. But yeah, that was my tier list. Definitely tell me what you guys thought about this tier list and what your ranking is as well. And yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe as well. Thank you all for watching. Peace.